Okay, so big news today is that Neymar wants to leave PSG, Paris Saint-Germain in France. That's big news, especially coming off of the entire saga of Kylian Mbappe with PSG this summer of will he leave now? Can they get some money before he leaves for free next year? Everybody thinks he's going to Real Madrid. All of this coming off the fact that earlier this season, Lionel Messi left the club. That's three absolute superstars that have left this club in France. Their goal for the longest time, everybody's known, is to become one of the biggest clubs in the world. In Europe, you do that by winning the Champions League and having continued success. They haven't gotten there yet. They've been to a Champions League final and lost it. They've fallen at the last hurdle a couple times in the Champions League, and they play in a league that doesn't have as much quality amongst all the other clubs. They do have quality players in other clubs, but they don't have quality clubs overall to always compete with this club for the title. They win it almost every single year now. It's starting to feel a lot like Bayern Munich winning the German title every single season. So what does this club do? Admitted, I'm not a massive fan in any way of this club. I don't like them a lot. It's just not a club I prefer. But if I step out of that and try and figure out what they do in order to move forward, the answer is this set of three players leaving the club, probably and finally all three of them, is a blessing for them. This club builds themselves off of a superstar first mentality, and that's not working. That's not how you win the Champions League. You win it with a squad. You can have superstars in your squad, but they can't be bigger than the club. Kylian Mbappe, with a contract that he signed a couple years ago, was made bigger than the club. There's no player on the planet, not even Messi, that is bigger than the club that you play for. That is the inherent problem that PSG have to fight against. Having these three players leave their club and replacing them with players that are younger, squad players, players that aren't there to be the main guy and the only guy, is going to be the best thing that can happen to this club. If they can move away from having the superstars be the only reason the club is known, they're going to be able to actually reset, develop a club that can actually compete in Europe. They need to base it off of young talent, like they're bringing in Gonzalo Ramos from Benfica. That's a really good signing if they can get it over the line. I think they're about to. That's a good young star striker to play against all these other players behind them. They need to keep working on young talent, bring it through their academy like they have, focus on players like Presnel Kimpembe, who's a built player from Paris, loves the club itself from his youth, build from those positions. Have older players that are there to be the guy that's the leader, but not with ego, not the superstar, not there to just make money, not to get clout, anything like that. This club actually wants to achieve, they're in a position to do it by having these three players leave. Probably hurts. Yeah, I get it. But at the same time, it's a blessing for them. As long as they're not prideful about it, as long as they see this as an opportunity instead of a catastrophe, a crisis, and an immediate moment they need to go out and find some other superstar that's already established and throw money at them, they might have a chance to actually right the ship to the direction that they've always wanted to be going in. This could be a big moment for PSG. Who knows?